Pinche Sports. Oh, now we're live. We live. All right, welcome everybody to Puro Pinche Sports. It's me, Hater James, Jeff. We got James with us, and we got Alex with us. Jose's gonna jump on with us
Someone's
in a little
nervous
bit.
as hell right now. Hold on. Relax. Take your time. Take your time. All right, there
Yeah,
you go. Now you got it. You're good.
we good. Yeah, so I just want to start off the episode just by catching up with the news of the week. Um, at the SP Awards, LeBron James let us know that he was not retiring. I don't know who thought he was retiring. I know after he lost to Denver, he stated he didn't know what he was gonna do. I guess he was thinking everybody was just on the edge of their seats, wondering if he was gonna retire or not. But I don't know what you think about James. Are you happy LeBron James coming back?
Yeah, I'm like, I say he can still do more if they get some more pieces. They got to get younger and like they got to get strength in their youth. I don't think their youth has that much strength. Austin Reeves showed some stuff. Ruiz showed some stuff, but I mean they got to get some guys that can go out there and lead. I mean he's not on the back end where it's like, okay, it's time to just step away, hang it up. You can't do no more. I mean, he's still efficient enough to go out and play. I mean, he dropped a 40 and 10 in the closeout game that got him swept. So that still lets you know he can do something. I want to just see the moment. Like, we kind of wanted to see him get the scoring title, and we were glad it was over because every week, every day, they just kept talking about how close and trying to protect the game. I just want to see him play with his son. I think like that is a huge monumental moment in sports. Ken Griffey and his dad did it. So, you know what I'm saying? Ken Griffey said if his son goes to the Lakers or wherever LeBron goes and his son is drafted and they play together, they're going to show up because it's only happened once. You know what I mean? So you kind of want to see it be done again. But other than that, man, I don't think there's nothing more for him to prove on his resume. I think he's done it all. And I would love to see him go out actually being able to walk off the court like Kobe did. You know what I mean? Like not go out on an injury or just on a losing slump, something like that. So, I mean, I was excited for that, but it was a lot of good stuff at the ESPYs.
How'd you feel about it, Alex?
I mean, yeah, getting embarrassed from Denver. I don't know if he was trying to like, kind of I guess put a band-aid over it. We're saying that he was gonna retire, but I never thought he was. Um, he hasn't. I mean, his resume speaks for himself. Speaks for itself. I mean, he's done pretty much all you could ask for. Like as someone that came into the league, like being named the chosen one. He's done so much. Not even basketball related. Helping in his community. Um, They're building a freaking school for everyone for the young kids there.
Yep.
And then as far as what the Lakers are doing, I wasn't too mad at what kind of pieces they brought in. They brought in what they needed. They needed defenders. They needed some shooting, and some of the names are not big names, but that's how it was in Miami too. Some of those names weren't big names,
Yeah.
and it got them to a title. So. I like what they did in LA. So I mean, yes, not no big names, but it's well needed, like much needed help.
Yeah, sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
'cause they were really lacking defensively, with their especially at the guard position and shooting. And
Yeah.
I'm glad they brought Austin Reeves back. He's one of my favorite guys in the Lakers. So
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like it, man. I make no mistake. I like what they added. I like how they made the changes. I just wish they would have did it earlier in the season when they really needed to. They brought in a few pieces that helped do some stuff, but I wish they would have just took a couple of more risks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the chips fall where they may. I mean, if you fail, at least you failed trying. Like, you didn't. Like, I feel like it was kind of a wasted season, especially with all the AD injuries and stuff like that, and lineup shuffling and stuff like. D'Lo was a nice little piece, but consistency is what he has to has to show and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm excited to see what happens in the West. Period, man. It's been some moves, and that fresh start to the new season is going to be very exciting.
Yeah. Just to see the way LeBron played this past season, I didn't think there was any question about him. I mean, that would be, I guess, a personal decision. He's still playing at an elite level. He still got it. I would play until I didn't got it no more, So
Exactly.
I just see him, just keep going until he feels like he's really playing at it. Even him at a decline will be better than a lot of players. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, I just don't see him retiring anytime soon, but who knows, The other news of the week was these running backs making a statement. They're showing that the average kicker is making more than the average running back now, and that's just crazy to me. I just wanted to hear your thoughts about it. Hear both of y'all's thoughts about it. Let's go with you, Alex. What do you think about that situation?
Man, it's kind of disrespectful, man. I'm one of the guys that I'm all for the running game, man. I've always been tough nose run game gets to a championship with some defense, and it kind of sucks because we're getting away from paying these running backs and thinking that these quarterbacks could get us to the Super Bowl like crazy. But I don't know, man. These are the guys that give you the tough yards when you need it. You need 1 yard, they'll get it for you, and it's kind of, I don't know, man. It just looks like it just makes it like feel different way basically, and I don't like it because Justin Tucker's more money than freaking I think Saquon, and bro, Saquon's pretty much put the New York Giants back on the map ever since you could say Eli Manning was there. So it kind of, man, it sucks, man. I like how the running back community are staying together. I saw that they have like a little group chat or whatever all together, and they're like a real tight fit. So hopefully soon that we get these guys get some respect.
To me, man, it's almost like it's laughable to think that everybody should be paid equally. And I mean, you don't want to count another person's pockets and say who should get what and who shouldn't, but no one's saying that the kicker is invaluable because you need that kicker. If you 2-minute drill and you get down to the 30, that's good enough for practically any kicker in the league. You pushing 40. Some guys' legs are questionable. Some guys are dome kickers. Some guys are, they outside in Cincinnati, Buffalo when it's below 30, degrees and the wind's blowing 7 miles to the left or the right, they're still hitting that kick. But when you talk about guys like Saquon Barkley, like Alex just alluded to, have been the franchise. Like, you didn't have no quarterback. You let Odell go. I've been here through the thick and thin. Granted, he has had injuries, but this man just came back off an injury and propelled your team into a playoff situation, and you got a playoff win. And to think that Daniel Jones did that versus to say Saquon, you're sadly mistaken, bro. And what Josh Jacobs has done for the Raiders, you trade all the pieces away. Everybody gets hurt. You fire your coach. The GM is done. You make all these crazy trades, and this guy goes off and has a career year. And to think he doesn't deserve it, Mike. I mean, Austin Eckler too, man. Some of these guys are pivotal points to their team, and their team is not going to have success without him. I don't know what running back is behind Austin Eckler. He's not going to produce that production. The same is for Josh Jacobs, and the same is for Saquon Barkley. You don't have no replacement for these guys. If these guys choose to not play another down in the NFL and walk away, how do you replace them? How do you replace Derrick Henry? You can't do it. So I think and I think I saw Michael Parsons and somebody else was talking about it on Twitter, and to say not every position should be paid equally. Travis Kelce should be paid like a wide receiver. I don't care what nobody says. He got numbers, production up there with the best of them. And to think he has to get paid in the tight end market versus getting paid in the wide receiver market is insane. It's not fair. It's not fair to none of these guys. So it's if you're Travis Kelce, you're Mark Andrews, dude, some of these guys deserve to be paid top dollar because their production on the field speaks volumes. And to say, I got to look over to the next man and hope he gets signed so the market can go up. And that's how them guys have always been. They were rooting for Jalen Ramsey. They were rooting for Denzel Ward, the cornerbacks. Now Jalen Ramsey's Marlon Humphrey's rooting for Trayvon Diggs. These guys are rooting because if the price goes up, these Supermax deals keep getting higher and higher. You got to pay the next man that top dollar. Because if somebody go out there and have a crazy year, it's I'm asking for the house. and they only applaud it because they know when it's time for them to sign. Hey, this guy did this, and I just did this, and my stats speak higher than his, so I need to get compensated for it. So
one guy that I do like, I was so surprised was Josh Jacobs, because the Raiders, if you look at their past history and like their drafts, dude, they haven't hit on anybody besides
nobody.
Josh Jacobs. Besides Josh Jacobs,
Nobody, bro. Everybody. I think the closest thing that they had was Henry Ruggs, and he didn't even get to take off yet.
yeah. So
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like it's so, like, for them to do that to him is so disrespectful, because, dude, like this guy is the only guy that's actually worked out for you, like as far as production wise, and you're gonna let him. Like, you might let this guy might just walk out of the facility and you don't even care.
I'm telling you, man, and they don't, and I feel like they shouldn't, bro, because it's the Cowboys lucked up by Tony Pollard getting hurt. We really did. Like, they're fans of butts about it. We seriously lucked up, because if he didn't get hurt after the year he had, man, bro, and it's sad, dog. Like, it's sad the way they treat that running back position. It's really sad.
Yeah, because he was even trying to get a long-term deal, right? An extension, and he couldn't get it. There's like all the running backs lost, and I think there has to be some kind of like happy medium, right? Because like even when we paid Zeke, right?
Yeah,
I was a little. I mean, it's good he got his money, of course, but like I was like, man, it's not the right formula to win in the NFL is to overpay your running back. I just think they're, it's like they got him on those bullshit contracts or the super max contracts. I don't get why there's not like a happy medium for these running backs.
And my thing with Zeke was I was happy for the production, but I was like, dude, that's gonna hurt us in the long term, because Dak started balling. We drafted CD and we brought in some of these pieces, and it's just like, I know Dallas and I know Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is always ready to, hey, let's restructure. Hey, let's do this so we can get this guy on the light. And I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence came out flat out and was like, I'm not. Like, he earned his way into that contract. And I don't blame him for it, because, like, some of these teams, man, that you save money and you save cap space, then they don't go out and make the right moves. And it's just like, I should have just got paid. So I understand that part of it, but I just think the process of the running back, like you said, in this day and age, it's like they don't have any value for the simple fact that it's such a pass-happy league. So if you're not rushing a passer or playing a defense on a passer, or you're not throwing the ball, it's like you're not getting paid in today's game, and it sucks, bro. Like, that's just where we are.
Yeah.
So.
And a lot of Super Bowl winners, like, usually their running backs are just some, barely making any money running back. And then so it's a proven formula to win without paying your running back. And it just sucks for that position, because it's one of the most exciting positions. Yeah. You get beat down in that position.
It's a dirty position, man. Anywhere between those tackles is dirty, bro. So.
And any position in the NFL is really not long lasting besides quarterback, and especially for a running back. Some of their careers 3-4 years. You got someone like Derrick Henry go longer, but man, it's the longer you go in, the less production you're gonna have.
I think what sucks. And hi guys, I'm here.
What's going on?
And Marco's here too.
Yeah.
No, so I was gonna say, what sucks is, because I was hearing y'all while I was off, but what sucks is that they average every running back, right? They average all the way to RB3, RB4, your practice squad, and all this shit. So they're really telling you, like, yeah, because we pay them cheap, we don't value the top guys. That's how we should. And you know what's so crazy? And this is a perfect example right now. We know that there's a writer's strike right now in Hollywood. Writers don't want to write shit. They don't want to do it because you got guys like Disney CEO Bob Iger, who's making like supposedly 400 times more than what the lowest worker is making over there. And someone like Sean Gunn, the guy who was in Guardians, and he was the model for Rocket. Like, he was the guy who was doing the action scenes. He was saying back 30 years ago, there, it wasn't that high, and now it's super high, and it kept like the money keeps increasing for the top guys, but it never increases for the little guys. And running back, like Alex was saying, like back in the day, man, running back was a shit. Like, that's how you won games. That's how you won championships. Like, quarterbacks weren't as elite back then as they are now. They were how to say, they were the Bob Cousy's. The quarterbacks back then, they were the Bob Cousy's of the
But see, I think because but I also like to combat that. I think like the game is evolved, like it's evolved to where we're at now. Like the game back then was one between the trenches. You put a big guy in the back, you ran through the line. You know, you did a few play actions here and there, like, and they didn't really utilize every position. You know, they were just like, hey, get out here, block, hard nose, we're gonna run, we're gonna pound it. Like it was simplistic. And then
quarterback weren't getting paid as well.
And you got to the 90s, and then you start getting these guys with cannons for arms, and then you got a few mobiles like Steve Young, you had Montana, Cunningham, and stuff like that. And then you started to get those guys that can really throw the ball, and then that's when you saw the spread offense form, and then guys started shotgunning and stuff like that. So it's just like, but I mean, like I agree with Michael Parsons, man. I don't think everybody needs to be paid equally. I think some guys are the franchise. When you look at the Chargers, you're thinking about Austin Eckler, bro. You're thinking about guys like Keenan Allen, Herbert, and then you look at the Giants. I'm not thinking about Daniel Jones. I'm just not. I'm thinking about Saquon Barkley. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts.
So you think there should be a threshold if there's a spot for RB1? So like, you know, there's a threshold if you're QB1, right? And there's a very significant difference for QB2, right?
Yeah.
So do you think there should be a threshold for?
But you're also not gonna pay. You're also not gonna pay Saquon QB money. I don't know what he's asking for, but it seems like he's asking for a lot for them not to come to a deal with that kind of talent. You know what I mean?
He's okay with 13. He's okay with
$11 million, bro. $11 million. He's an entire fucking offense. You just gave Daniel Jones.
Oh, okay, then that makes sense.
Plus million.
Yeah, then that makes sense.
Daniel Jones 30 plus million.
But let me talk about the real. Let me talk about the real culprit here, and I don't know if y'all talked about it already. But the real culprit here is everything that happened with Zeke, right? It pays Zeke all this money, right? He's the future of the Cowboys. He's gonna be a great running back. Besides 2-3 years that Zeke was good, he's not who he is anymore, and they paid him all this money. You know, I think, and people are scared about it. People are scared about it.
You restructure that. You sign that and you restructure it. There's ways to put that in the clause and to hide money and guarantee money. But somebody like Saquon, I understand you're scared. He got hurt, but hell, look what he did after
he came back. Yeah.
Look what he did to your team. You're not speaking of anything relevant to the Giants without talking about Saquon on offense or defense. There's not nobody on their team that is loud as he is. You lose Saquon, them dudes is ass for like the next 5-6 years. Like,
what did I tell you last week? What did I tell you last week? I told y'all this was gonna happen. I told y'all when we were doing the over-unders. I told y'all Saquon ain't gonna be there. They're gonna be ass and prove it right here.
Yeah,
he makes a whole difference.
I'm telling you, and I feel the same way for Josh Jacobs, bro. There's no Derek Carr, Devontae Adams. Who knows how long he's gonna be there? But like, dude, he don't even got nobody to throw him the ball. So it's like, what is your offense gonna look like? Like,
I think the Josh Jacobs one is crazy too, just because of what he did last year.
It's not even that. Who said it? Was it Alex or like Jeff just said it, bro? They haven't drafted good.
Yeah,
there's nothing there that they did good. You traded Khalil Mack. You had upside. You got first round after first round after first round after first round. Flop, 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 flop.
The only one that's worked was Jacobs.
Y'all mentioned something earlier, and this is a key factor that I think y'all missing. Y'all mentioned it, but I think you missed it. They got new GMs. These GMs, this is not their guy. Right? Oh, hold on. Okay. Give us a second. They're not their guy. They didn't draft Saquon. They didn't draft Jacobs. Your first thing, and you said yourself, James, last week, sometimes these GMs don't know what they're doing. But you also don't want to make that big mistake that's going to cost you your job as a GM because you are making a lot of money in the organization.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's what the GMs are thinking. Yes, we re-signed Daniel Jones. Yes, we got Jimmy G. Those are quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are essential number one overall over anything else. But I'm not going to be the mistake that was Jerry Jones. I'm not going to be the mistake that was the Panthers GM who extended CMC and he was getting hurt before he's now healthy with the Niners, all that shit. So that's what they're thinking. They're just trying to make themselves their job security. So we do have to think about that.
I understand that, and you secure Daniel Jones, but I'm not giving this motherfucker $30+ million. You haven't even, bro. What have you done for me?
Yeah, but it's also hard to find a quarterback that can play. Daniel Jones at least can play, bro. Like I'm not saying he's a top 10 quarterback.
With Saquon, otherwise ass.
You're saying that, but what did he look like before Saquon came back?
I'm
not saying that. It's just, but it's still hard. What are you gonna do?
I'm paying the guy that's gonna win me football games, put me in the best position to win. It don't take much to get a Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones ain't did nothing pretty. He's not looking off nobody. He's not bombing 80 yards down the field. He's not doing that. He's playing game managing football, i.e., identical to Dak Prescott when Zeke was at his best. I'm gonna throw 15, 20 yards. I'm gonna play action. I'm gonna roll out. I'm gonna use my legs a little bit, and then we're gonna pound this rock.
Look, my argument. I hear you out. My argument is not that Saquon shouldn't get paid. I think Saquon should get paid. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that they also didn't pay Daniel Jones like a top 10 quarterback either. They didn't pay him. What is he ranked out of the QBs of highest paid?
I think he's tied for 10 right now. I think he's tied for 10 right now. Yeah, he's
I think 10. Bro. 10. I'm not saying Saquon should get paid, but let's be honest. Let's be very honest.
32 teams in the league. He's number 10. 32 teams. He's number 10.
It's just hard to find a quarterback. It's hard to find a quarterback. It's hard.
I think they could have one playoff game, and it wasn't.
I think they were supposed to get Tyler Heineke. Like when Heineke was, he's a free agent. I thought they were ended up picking him up instead of signing Daniel Jones.
Remember what I told y'all? Because of the picks and stuff they have, they could have traded for Lamar because that took a while. That took a while.
Listen.
I'm sure they put an offer in the table.
Everybody had options. It's all I'm saying. Everybody had options.
Oh, they didn't?
Did not have to force the hand to pay Daniel Jones that much money. That is all I'm saying. I'm not saying Daniel Jones don't deserve to get paid, nothing like that. I just think if you paying this man more than you paying Saquon, and he ain't did nearly as enough than Saquon done for your franchise. I just don't agree with that, bro. That's why I'm like, this whole market matching, like, I just paid Dak, so I got to pay Jalen Hurts. Now I got to pay Burrow. Now I got to pay Trevor Lawrence. Bro, I don't think everybody deserves to get paid like that, bro. If you're not that guy, if you're not the factor, if you're not the face of the franchise, I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket for you, bro. Saquon is that. That's all I'm saying. Like, he deserves it, bro. Regardless of what he came off of, injury, age, I don't care, bro. I'll pay you, and then when it get to a point where I see decline or too many injuries, hey, let's restructure. Production is taking a slump. This is where you was at when we paid you. This is where you at now. Let's talk about it.
Like
now, sorry, Alex, go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, like right now, Matthew Stafford right now is in the fucking bind with the Rams because they're trying to restructure his contract, but he's not budging. And there's a lot of tension over there in Los Angeles.
Why would you?
Yeah.
If you're him.
That's what
exactly.
You won your Super Bowl already. He's like, whatever, I'll just get this bag and get out.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as like if a running back were to do that, right? And dude, if the running back would be like not wanting to restructure, they would be like so big all over ESPN. Because they're not looked as the same. The quarterback they're not,
they're not the same.
Yeah, but dude, like when it comes to Matthew Stafford and Saquon Barkley, you could take out Stafford and you could plug in another quarterback that probably could do the same, right? Because they had so many pieces when they won that Super Bowl. Their defense was top 10. They had Cooper Kupp. I'm not saying like I'm not saying like,
but we talk about Saquon too, and I want to play devil's advocate, but I mean, besides this last playoff game that they won, how many playoff games have they won with Saquon healthy?
How many did they get without him?
But that's the same argument though. You can go both ways with that though. You can go both ways.
Okay, wait. First of all, production when he got there. Defense was ass. They had no corners, no safety, no nothing. All they had was
vibrators on.
I don't know.
That's me fucking fantasy
No, that's not
text
me.
messages, man.
That's that
Bro.
big boy.
Look at that, just
Like-
nonstop fantasy season coming up. Just text.
Bro, like it's you can play devil's advocate all you want, bro. Production with
Well, I'm
nothing
doing it for the
him.
pod. I'm doing it for the pod. I just want
I
to hear
know,
what y'all
but I'm
say.
saying,
Yeah.
but I'm saying, but like, there's nothing, there's no decline to what he has done, bro. He got hurt. Before he got hurt, he was arguably number 1, 2, or 3 in the league. There was not another. It was not nobody standing next to Saquon as far as catching the ball out the backfield, blocking, and running the ball. Like he was that guy.
How many playoff games did they win then?
None. They won none.
Eli Manning, the quarterback, the coach.
Okay,
Daniel Jones, all
a
ass.
downtrending.
But
No. Eli
not
Manning.
even to speak to like why they didn't win, bro. Like Saquon's healthy, Odell breaks the ankle, season's over.
Hey, so who was the running back for the Rams when they won the Super Bowl?
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers?
Cam Akers.
Eesh.
Yeah, but I mean,
Tells
they
you
did all
everything.
in. Shit, they should have won one with Todd Gurley.
Well, to be fair, the play scheme for the Rams
That year, yeah. Remember that year? Yeah, they should have.
Bro,
Yep.
arguably one of the greatest football games ever. Rams versus Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I don't care
Ooh.
what nobody say.
Monday Night Football. I remember that. Was it Monday night?
Yeah, Monday Night Football. The only time Jared Goff could say he was better than Patrick Mahomes.
And that was in the Rose Bowl.
He did outplay him. He did.
He did. No, dude, that game was awesome, bro.
Only time.
Oh, that game went crazy. If you had,
I think we were
on your fantasy team. You was shit. I had.
You was set. Yeah.
Boy, it went crazy. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just all for equal opportunity, bro. I want these guys to be well taken care of, and I just think it's kind of
hold up.
that they.
I need something real quick. Jeff, you in charge, bro. Take what the fuck? Take control.
Yeah. I was waiting for that comment to die down. It seemed like it died down. So before we go to the next topic, the last thing I wanted to say, I just wanted to bring it up about the Raiders. I had heard when they traded Khalil Mack away from the team, and that's when they just signed Gruden to that 10-year deal, that like the Raiders, something I had heard that the Raiders is the poorest franchise out there.
Yeah.
Like all these other billionaire franchise so when you sign someone to like the max contract or whatever, and you have all that money guaranteed, you got to put all that guaranteed money into an account to, like it's just something that the business has to do. And the reason why they couldn't sign Khalil Mack was because they didn't have that money to put into that account for that law, So that's one thing about the Raiders.
The poorest owner
Yeah.
of the 32, which is so crazy to say, right? They're all billionaires.
Yeah, I just thought that would be a fun fact. But yeah, like everybody else has that crazy money, but the Raiders don't. But anyways, I guess the last
They're
topic.
one of the richest franchises, bro. They've been around forever.
But that's all they got. The
Rich
Raiders
is the name, not in actual finances.
Like if you look up like how much money they got, like in
Bro,
their
what if
bankroll,
we
like
left Oakland? They were playing on a baseball field.
yeah.
The diamond shines more than the actual Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
Bro, look at where they're at.
Bro, your picture is fucking funny.
How much did it cost to build that freaking glass that they're playing in?
Yeah, that's called Vegas taxpayer money. That's not the owner.
And when you build a
city
fucking
paying for it.
$1 billion stadium too, so
Yeah, the city pays for it. The city paid for SoFi. The city paid for Allegiant Stadium.
yeah.
So the city's gonna be the one paying for Buffalo and Chicago's new stadiums. So
Shit, Tennessee too.
Yeah, well, that's all I wanted to say about the Raiders. But anyways, the last topic, and we're gonna have to go to Jose first, is your man D Hop. What happened with D Hop, man?
Don't even go there now.
I was.
It can't be my man if I never had him, right?
Exactly.
So, nah, man. I mean, I'm not disappointed at the fact that he didn't join us. Obviously, it's tough right now. You really want Mac Jones to be your guy, so it's like I knew that it was gonna be tough. I didn't expect him really going to Tennessee, but I get it. I get it because one, he gets his money. Two, he's still in a semi-warm climate. Like if he goes to New England, bro, it's gonna be cold like by October. Like, and he's playing in Arizona and Houston. He's not a cold fella. So he was never. I was telling y'all last week when I was saying Cooper Kupp to Jacksonville or some southern thing, bro. These guys that play in warm climates, they don't want to go to the cold. No offense, pussies. Just throwing it out there. So
I don't like. I'm a pussy. I don't like the cold, dog.
Oh my god. Well, got nothing to say to that. So I mean, all it does is that it reaffirms that the Titans are going to be in competition for the AFC South title. That's it. That's all it reaffirms. Like to me, because I thought they were still with Derrick Henry, with that defense from Vrabel, they'd still compete. But that's about it. Like they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. So that's all money grab. So he doesn't want titles. He wants money. To each his own.
Yeah, I don't know. He went to my 32 ranked QB, dog. Like my Brandon Tannehill's good at giving the ball off. That's about it. You know that's about fucking it. Like
wait, did Ryan Tannehill bump up to 31 after that? Bro, imagine he has a 2,000-yard season.
I mean, D-Hop, yeah, but my thing, I get it. He's getting his bag. I respect it. Like, he deserves it, for what he's given to the league and being a top 3 receiver for the last fucking 10 years or whatever he's been playing. This dude's an amazing talent. But my thing is, at that point in your career, it's you make that decision, right, of either I want to go get money or I want to win a chip, right? Not everybody has a situation where OBJ jumped on the situation with the Ravens on the bar. Not saying that they're a Super Bowl contender, but it's a better option for him to also make that money like he did with the Rams, which he was on a minimum, I think. So he went to go get his bag and then gives him a chance to maybe compete for a title. But in this sense, it's like he's getting his bag. He's done what he's done for the league. It's not saying that after 2 years, I don't know how much D-Hop has left, right? He's had a lot of injuries lately. And he's been, and dealing with that stuff a lot. So I was very surprised with the move to the Titans too. So I agree with you on that. But can't he went to go get his bag with the sucky ass quarterback, but yeah.
I'm gonna just say I don't like it. I don't like it not one bit. I don't like it for his career. I mean, like, just because, like, I like to allude to what y'all are talking about, like, not to say his career is over because he's still performing at a high level.
It's over.
He's still getting done. But
oh shit,
to go to the Patriots, it's no better. It really isn't. Like, Mac Jones has a noodle arm. Ain't no telling.
Nah, dog, you saw him in the offseason. He was throwing 80-yard bombs. You saw him?
Oh, yeah.
He was throwing 80-yard bombs.
With no defense out there, right?
With no pads on.
But my thing with them is, like they're not Patriots have never been, like, big, like, just a pass-happy offense. You know what I mean? Like, they're very conservative, which I don't think fits his style of play. Now, neither does Tennessee, because if you just look at what they've done over the past couple of years, like, I don't understand why you would go there. Like, money, cool, but still, like, I was just talking about this the other day. Like, I don't understand why guys want to take fucking checks over winning, bro. Like, I'm playing to win. I want to win. I want to go postseason. I want to be there repeatedly. Like, I'm trying to look at that shit like Steph Curry and Pat Mahomes. Like, I'm trying to, like, hey, we getting there. Like, it's just what we're going to do when we get there. Like, that type of forward looking. Like, I don't understand, bro. If I had a chance to play with the fucking Chiefs, bro, I'm first thing out of there, bro. Like,
how did they ever open up enough cap space for it, though, unfortunately?
Man, if D-Hop said, I'm coming to Kansas City, them motherfuckers would have been up there shuffling papers.
Why? You won the title without him. You don't really need to do that.
Who you have now?
Who we have last year? Who we have last year?
Yeah, Juju.
Yeah.
I had a fucking TikTok dancer and fucking dude that was fighting with his whole team.
They don't need to pay for D-Hop. That's what he's saying.
Man, there was one penalty away from not fucking being there. I don't care what y'all say.
James.
And we still won it. Unproven rookie. Travis Kelce with back spasms.
Y'all were one play caller away from actually winning playoff games.
Who? Dallas?
We are one play caller away.
We are
Hey, bro.
Winning the playoff game.
You're one Tony Romo away from being a Super Bowl champ, dude. Like every year.
Nah, fuck that.
So I think
this ain't got nothing to do with my Cowboys.
I think I'm the only one that kind of like is okay with that move because I mean He said
Oh my god.
no because he had said Hopkins had said he wants to go somewhere where he has a coach and a quarterback's a leader. I don't care what you guys say. Ryan Tannehill is a leader.
A leader of what?
And their
Sucking.
defense where they have a good defense. Now, not many of you guys know, but at the second half of the season, Tennessee was creeping to top 10 defenses.
I think you said last time that it's easy to be a top 10 defense in the league, though.
No, it's not.
Okay, this is my thing to combat that.
Someone said that, but it was
They've
not.
always had a defense. Tennessee's always been good on defense. They had Jeffrey Simmons. They had Harold Landry.
Dude's a dog.
They had plenty of good linebackers. They've had decent cornerbacks. They've had Kevin Byard for like the last couple of years. Like they've been solid on defense for a while. That's why they are.
They also had Stephon Gilmore last year.
They've been contenders on the defensive side for a while. That's how they've always been in the playoffs. But you need to give that man something other than a stacked box when he goes out there. Derrick Henry is a great back, bro, but you don't have nobody to fear like on the
Yeah, you're just gonna double D hop. You're just gonna double D hop, and then wish for the best.
I mean, that was the whole thing with like you go out there and sign Julio thinking he's gonna be a match with AJ Brown, and he's not even on the field for fucking 75% of the season. So like that was pointless. Like, and then you go ahead and trade AJ Brown, and then you want to bring in DeAndre Hopkins for what? Like this doesn't make sense. Like to me. But
well, that's what they fired the GM, the dummy who decided to trade away AJ Brown.
Yeah, I would have fired that.
Alex. So I know you said in the second half of the season the Titans became a top 10 defense, right?
No, they were creeping up.
Okay, they're creeping, right? Okay, they were creeping. Did you know, because Tannehill's ass, and he's not a real leader, sorry, they went 0-7 to finish the season.
Yeah, but
okay, so
they had a bunch of injuries too.
Yeah, but they weren't creeping then. That really, I mean, to be fair, they weren't creeping, and Tannehill wasn't enough of a leader to like overcome that. Bro, this was their offense. 16 points.
Was stepping on bubble wrap trying to.
I've already shown y'all what the offense was.
Hey, shut up. This is their offense. 16 points, 10 points, 22, 14, 14, 13, 16. Those are what they put on the board. The one time in those 7 games they lost, they went over 20. Like you're gonna tell me that even the shittiest teams, let's say that 0-16 Cleveland Browns did more than that. I'm just saying, or the 16 Detroit Lions. I'm just saying, like they did more with that, bro. Like, come on, like.
I'm just. He said Tannehill is a leader. I don't know where. I just don't see it.
Yeah, he's a brave soul.
If I saw Tannehill in the locker room, you think my dumbass could be listening to him?
They did start 7-3. Yeah, but you don't listen to nobody. You don't even want to listen to Phillip Rivers, and he's got a great arm.
You're right. Right.
You hate no Phillip?
Oh, No, don't change your tune now. Don't change your tune now. We still got the early episodes up on Apple Music and all those shit.
Phillip is a dog.
Okay.
He's got 9 kids, and I hate every one of them.
Hey, now 10. His wife got one on the way.
Yeah.
Oh God, that dude's a true Catholic. I respect him.
Number 10.
He's got a full offensive line team now. He's ready.
The boy's a true Catholic. He ain't playing around, dog. Hey, he has a whole football team almost.
No,
yeah.
With the 10 kid, that'll be a full football team with him at the helm.
Yep.
He's still gonna throw picks.
That's great.
For real.
Dude, I'm telling you, I promise you, like, I don't care what y'all say. Him and Dak him and Romo were great quarterbacks, bro. They took so many chances, bro. They threw themselves in and out of games. It was so crazy.
Yeah. That was fun. But before we get into Jeff Bayless episode, anything else I missed from the week? Any other big news that I missed?
No,
just get into your shit.
How strapped do I gotta have this seatbelt on, man? Because you about to
but how bad is it gonna be?
Nah, I think y'all are gonna like it. I think y'all are gonna enjoy it. So without any further ado, we'll start it. And so the way I want to start it is by asking y'all a question. And I'm not trying to put y'all on blast. I'm not trying to like discredit y'all or nothing. I just wanted to see, when did y'all first start like watching the NBA? I'm gonna start off with mine, but just like so y'all know, it seems like we have a lot of NFL fans here, and I know y'all both love basketball and NFL. Well, like basketball was my first love, playing it and watching it, and mine was with. It's weird, man. Like being a Spurs fan, my first love was the Phoenix Suns. You know, the Charles Barkley days. Kevin Johnson, man, I was in love with Kevin Johnson. That whole squad, right? Rex Chapman hitting those off balance threes, like that team. I don't know what it was. That's what brought my love to basketball. And so that was like exactly. So I don't know how old y'all are, right? So I'm 36.
I'm 35. I'll be 36 on Sunday.
I'm 32.
Oh hell yeah! Happy
I'm
birthday.
24.
Yes,
20,
sir.
wow. You're 24?
He's a baby.
Yeah.
Wow. Jose?
32.
32. And Alex?
I'm 28.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes.
And my social security number is.
Yeah. So me and James, man, it's crazy. You get old fast, young fellas. Enjoy y'all's 20s. They go by fast. And like, live them up, because it's over. It's over quick.
Dude,
so yeah.
It was over when I got married and I got kids.
Jose knows I'm an old man.
Alex is so older than you, Jeff. Calm down.
Really? All right, good.
I have an old soul.
No, that's cool. Now, I guess go around. When did y'all I guess we can start with the order, just so I don't skip nobody. We'll start with James. When did you start watching basketball?
Probably what got me. I fell in love with basketball like right around the Shaq and Penny era. Like Penny Hardaway was like, he was like my favorite player, bro. That Orlando team, I fell in love with like the jersey colors. Yeah. Of course, I was still a homer because my mom and dad were like diehard Spurs fans. So I've pretty much been a sports junkie my entire life. Like it's always been themed around like the Spurs, the Atlanta Braves, the Dallas Cowboys, Boston Red Sox. That's kind of been my theme for forever. So yeah, that's what got me into it. My first love was basketball. I played it, watched it. So
cool. And Alex, so when did you start watching ball?
I want to say like 2000. I started watching a lot of baseball. My family was really big on baseball. We're big Cubs fans. We watched a lot of Red Sox games because there were the classics with Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez. It was around that time, and then I slowly got into more soccer after baseball, and then I always watched like club Mets, like Liga MX teams.
So you didn't start watching basketball till yesterday. That's what you're telling me right now. I'm
like,
basketball part.
Then basketball, I got to basketball maybe around the same time, but it was weird because I fell in love with baseball first. The last thing I started watching was football. Out of all the sports, I think the one Super Bowl that I do remember was the Raiders versus the Bucks.
Why, James? Why are you cracking up over there?
Hold on, because wait. That's like recent, bro. Like that's like Tom. So you talking about the
He said 2002 season.
Yeah,
he's talking about the Randy. Wait,
he said Raiders. He said Raiders and Bucks. That's 2002. That's Johnny Greek's title.
That's what you call it?
I was 7.
Warren Sapp.
Was that what you call it? The Tuck Rule game?
No. That's the year. The Tuck Rule was the year before.
Okay, I was just
because
I was like, damn, bro, he missed everything.
Okay, just to be clear, Jeff, you're asking us when we like basketball, right? Because everyone's giving us their life story.
Oh.
Okay, cool. I was like, they're giving us the whole life story, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he just wants to know about ball.
Yeah, basketball.
The orange ball.
The early memories about basketball was Allen Iverson, and one of the most memorable ones. I remember watching it in Chicago because my aunt came from she's from San Antonio. And I didn't know anything about Texas, but I knew the Spurs were in the finals and they were playing Detroit. So that's one thing that we watched there as a family.
05.
Eyes, bro.
I didn't even know that San Antonio had a team until that time.
Because we watched.
Until after the 5 chips or what?
No, because we watched basketball. We watched all the like Bulls, Detroit Pistons. Like Detroit Pistons were like the fucking team back then. They were Rip Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace.
Well, you also came from a city that obviously Michael Jordan.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, like when you talk about basketball in Chicago, ain't nobody talking about the Spurs over there.
Yeah,
I'm being dead serious.
At the time.
Yeah.
I'm actually going this weekend. Alex, I'm actually going this weekend to Chicago.
No, be careful, man. Strap up. Strap yourself.
Hey, give me bring me some Giordano's.
He's not meeting up John Moran. Fool.
Hey, that's what they told me to go.
Bro,
yeah.
Hey, bro, deep dish.
Put up Portillo's.
Fucking
Portillo's.
Yeah, I heard about that place too. Yeah.
Like I'm saying, honestly, Alex, that was a good perspective you gave, right? Like you didn't even know about San Antonio in 05.
You didn't know San Antonio was a city.
Yeah, we were already 2-time champions. You still haven't even heard about us. That's real good perspective, like honestly. So how about you, Marco?
Nah, I didn't know about the NBA till like yesterday. I was kidding. Actually, I probably knew more basketball growing up than I did anything. And the reason why was because I remember us winning clearly I'm pretty young, obviously. I was born in 98. So I was very little to even experience the first championship. Wow. But the one I really remember and I actually lived was the 05 one. Wow. Like that one stuck with me. And the reason why is because at the time I was in elementary school and they had this big old Tim Duncan poster to show where your height was when you were little. Yeah. And so it was in the library, and I remember I would go and stand next to it, and like, this was the time before they're on that, they won the championship in those years previous, and then going into 05 we were still pretty good. And yeah, I mean everybody was up on that train, and everybody was Spurs fans at my school, so I started watching it then, and then I watched the Spurs since then. So I got really familiar with how much we hated the Lakers and how much we would battle going against them. And then obviously 07 came around, and from there, like I just kept watching it. So got really into it. But I don't come up from a family that watched sports besides soccer. So for me and my brother, he really introduced me to those things. My brother introduced me to football, to basketball, everything. So I didn't really have any family, I guess, oriented sports watching or anything like that.
Yeah, that's what's up, though.
Yeah,
that's dope.
No, yeah, I kind of go with you. Like, yeah, my dad watched sports, but he was always at work, so it was just like whatever I turned on. And I even remember watching like Denver win the Super Bowl. Like, my mom didn't put that on for me, right? I was just channel surfing, found that, and boom, I watched it, right? So I can see that. Like, sometimes you just gotta find your own shit you're gonna watch, right? Exactly. All right, and then Jose, when did you start watching basketball?
97.
When I was 2 months old.
When I came out the womb, I was like, Puro Pinche Sports. Nah, summer of 97.
Summer of 97.
So it was me and my mom pretty much my whole childhood. So we just got in the house. We moved into where she is now. And the neighborhood kids, man, they were playing with bikes and all this shit. And one of my neighbors, he played basketball. He and his dad were like really into it. And so they had a court in the street. You balled all the time. They taught me how to play basketball. They taught me how to love basketball. So that they showed me games. So that's how I got introduced to Spurs. My friends in elementary, like it's just my mom, bro. It's telenovelas all day. They're not even soccer on, so or football or anything like that. So my neighborhood friends, elementary school friends, they taught me the game, bro. So 97. So I didn't know Duncan. I know he got drafted that summer, but I didn't even know about him until they showed me the Spurs games later on that year, like around October or November.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cool.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna try to involve you as much as I can, but I'm gonna take y'all down a little memory lane. But it kind of shows where my disdain for Kobe and Wade come from. But I mean, you're gonna like it. All right, just like you said. Are you
going full on Skip Bayless right now? Jeff Bayless. Jeff Bayless.
All right. So as y'all know, in '98 we drafted Duncan and had a good year, right? A good year, but it took to the next year in '99. swept the Lakers in the playoffs. It was a shortened season, and we won the championship, right? We beat the Knicks. They were the 8th seed, beat the Knicks pretty easily. I think it was 4-1 in the finals.
Yep.
I actually went to a game at the Alamo Dome, sat where you couldn't even see. To, I think, game 2 of that finals. All right. And then, so now it's 2000. We have a good year, but Duncan suffers a knee injury before the season. The Lakers beat the Pacers that year to win the finals, and that was a pretty unforgettable finals. Reggie Miller was very, very old. It wasn't really a competitive finals. They killed him. But I remember that season watching the Lakers in the Portland series. It was the Western Conference Finals and went to 7 games.
Yep, they had Scottie Pippen.
They had Scottie and everybody. So, like, I really, like, I remember watching it, but I wasn't really, I couldn't say, oh, man, that series was rigged or anything like that, right? But I do remember hearing about this better, and that the Lakers were down by 18 points in Game 7 of the Portland series, of that Portland game, and they went on to win it. So I just Googled something last night, and it says it is known in some circles to be fixed at Game 7 for a more marketable finals. And it would have been an NBA rating nightmare it would have been the Pacers versus Portland. So the free throws disparity was 37 free throws for the Lakers to Portland's 16. All right. So those are a big game 7. And I didn't even know about that. Might have been a fix, but I
So to be
Googled
fair,
it. And
this is rumor, not fact, right?
It's not a fact. None of this is going to be fact. It's rumor,
Allegedly,
right?
okay.
It's known in
Allegedly.
some circles. Allegedly. Okay.
Allegedly.
So we can move on. All right. So now we're going to 2001. Spurs are the 1st seed. I remember this season crazy. I even brought it up on a previous episode. Derek Anderson going crazy that year. Crazy. And in the 2nd round against the Mavericks, dude, it was such a dirty play. I don't know if y'all remember. Juwan Howard.
Yeah.
Derek Anderson is driving baseline. Juwan Howard just clobbers him, kills him, like ruined his career. Game over. And and the Spurs season was over after that too. We still beat the Mavericks in 5 games, but we played the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, but we weren't in competition because we didn't have Derek Anderson. We maybe won 1 game. I can't remember, but without Derek Anderson, we didn't have a shot. So this Lakers, I think this is when they beat Philadelphia in the finals. This is their cleanest championship. No conspiracy theories in this one. It's their cleanest championship. And y'all probably remember that championship. Allen Iverson, that's his famous, he stepped over, what's his name?
Ty Lue.
Yeah, to take game 1 and then got the gentleman sweep after that. It was over. But, it was good. That's all good and fun. That was a good year. So now, think about it. Now, okay, Duncan's hurt, whatever. Derek Anderson goes down. All right. Lakers go back to back. All right. Now I'm getting a little mad. They going back to back. All right. That's cool. So 2002, we have another good season. David Robinson gets a back injury. So again, the Spurs, and it happens. Injuries happen. Spurs ain't at full strength in the playoffs. And they beat us in the semifinals. So this is where I'm going to get y'all a little involved. And some of y'all probably didn't watch the series. Some of y'all did. But now is the infamous Sacramento versus Lakers series. So before I go around, let's go around. Let's go opposite way now. Jose, What do you remember about that Sacramento Lakers series?
Lakers won.
Marco?
I don't remember shit, dog.
He was cool.
I was like, yeah, y'all were probably too young. Alex, anything?
Yeah, I remember that. That was also another game that supposedly was rigged. I know. Was it what's his name? Bibby? No, not Bibby.
Mike Bibby?
No, Chris Webber. Chris Webber was the one that was the one that was getting.
He called another timeout.
No. He was getting the most non-calls on him when he was around the rim. I remember that, and at that time too, nobody knew what was going on. Right? We just thought the Lakers were on fire.
Yeah, just dominating.
Yeah, I remember that.
How about you, James? What do you remember about that series?
I watched it. It was probably one of the best series before. I mean, you think about it. You had a star-studded Lakers team. You had a young Kobe Bryant. You had Shaq in his prime. You had primary defenders and Rick Fox, and you had
Robert Horry,
Big Shot Bob coming off the bench. You had
Just say it, Jeff. Just say the corrupted referee was the one that was involved. Tim Donaghy.
Yeah,
okay.
Just say it.
I'm glad you said that.
We all know that's what it is.
I'm glad you said that, Jose. Do you know that Donaghy did not ref one game in that series? He did not ref one game in that series.
I know. Because he sued. Because he sued the NBA for it. Because he was saying Game 6 was fixed. I remember that.
So, yeah, I'll get there. But anyway, so I was trying to see, like, personal plays that y'all remember. Correct. The one play that, like, lives in my head rent-free. I was watching it. And, yeah, like, you know, I don't have a dog in the fight, right? It was the inbounds play. Kobe shoves Bibby to the floor. Just shoves him to the floor, right? And like, everybody think, okay, yeah, foul on Kobe. The foul was on Bibby. It was insane. I remember that. Like, I remember watching that. And, like, it was just insane. And, yes, like, as you said, Chris Webber on NBA TV, him and Shaq got into it one time. And Shaq was like, oh, I got a ring and you don't, or whatever. And he said it only took some dirty-ass refs. And he goes, oh, but we're not supposed to talk about that. And then another conversation Chris Webber talked about with Kobe and Shaq was Kobe, like he was talking and he said, we were broken by Game 6. So just to let y'all know, Sacramento was up 3-2 in that series. Yeah. Game 6 was in Sacramento. And he said, we were broken by that Game 6. And Kobe and Shaq told him, well, y'all should have played better in Game 7. And he was just like, nah, you know, like he said they were broken. They weren't mentally tough. You know, they didn't come back for that Game 7 and take it. And that, just so y'all know, right here in the that Western Conference Finals, Game 6, Sacramento had 25 free throws compared to LA 40. So that's LA 40, LA in 37, and then 16 for Portland and Sacramento 25. So just big games where officiating was heavily favored to one side.
So, hey, can we just pause real quick?
I know where he's going with this. I know where he's going.
Give Jeff his flowers for writing this shit down.
Hey, I'll tell you, round of applause. My man
said I ain't using no phone, no tablet. I'm coming off the pad.
Yeah,
I'm the fucking.
So I like this, you know, I've been thinking about this for years. And then, you know, there's a whistleblower podcast if y'all want to check it out. It talks about Donaghy. I listened to that on my. This was like 2 years ago. I listened to that on my own, and it went through.
Dude's a historian.
There's movies. There's a movie, like a real cheap rated movie about Donaghy. And Donaghy has been discredited over the years, right? Well, the first thing you want to do about making someone discredited is make them a loon, right? And that they have done that over the years. But Donaghy, when he got busted, sports gambling, betting on games, or giving tips or whatever, he went straight to, like, when he got busted and it came out on ESPN or whatever. He did call to this series. This was one of the big ones. And then I got this right here about and Tutor says real quick, the 2002 Kings Lakers series certainly wasn't the first or last time Bervetta was that one referee weighed in on an important game. He also worked Game 7 of the 2000 Western Conference Finals between Lakers and Trailblazers. Mm-hmm. The Lakers were down 13 at the start of the fourth quarter when Bervetta went to work. The Lakers outscored Portland 31-13 in the fourth quarter and went on to win the game in the series. It certainly didn't hurt that the Lakers, that they got to shoot 37 free throws compared to 16 from the Trailblazers. But all right, well, we can move on. But, like, I mean, if you talk to anybody, that Sacramento Lakers series.
Did it help Sacramento, though, shooting 16 of 30 in the free throw line, though?
Did it help what?
Did it help them shooting 16 from 30 from the free throw line on Game 7?
On Game 7? Like I said, they were broken. You know, Game 7, they were broken. You know, and this goes into when I go to the Spurs. You know, we had a military-minded coach in Popovich. We had to beat teams with the refs. We have the most 8-5 victories in the history of the game. I used to keep that stat. But, yeah, these teams, man, I mean, if you remember that Game 6 against Sacramento, they were done, dude. Like you've been in a tough game. You play your heart. You work your whole life for something, and you feel like they're taking it away from you, that you have no chance to – like, you're done. They were broken, and that's what Chris Webber
said. What I would say about this, right? So I kind of see where you're going with it, but I don't want to speak too soon. But of those teams in the early 2000s, right? You had a loaded Sacramento, you had a loaded Dallas Mavericks, you had a loaded LA team. Like, teams of that time, you had to have, like, at any given moment, bro, any of those teams could have lost. Like any of them. Like we battled, dude. We were so unathletic as a team. The Spurs were like we had until we got Derek Anderson. We didn't have no flash. We were basic bitches. Like we were black and white. We were so vanilla. Like, but what we did was strategically outsmart people. We played inside out. We set up shooters, and then we played straight defense. Our games were like 80s and high 90s. We wasn't a 100+ scoring team like that. Like we couldn't do that. We wasn't just running people out the gym. So like that Sacramento team, I don't care who cheated, bro. They were fucking stacked.
Can I ask you, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at up the good old series, right? Because I want to be fair. Like I don't want to just like say some shit out of nowhere. So you said they were broken, but in the last 10 seconds, the game was 99-98. There were 16 lead changes, 16 ties and 19 lead changes. So how broken were they to be right there?
I mean, it was kind of like the Spurs against Miami in 13. After we lost Game 6, we were competitive in that Game 7, but to me, like, it was hopeless, right? Like, to me, it was hopeless. Duncan missed that bunny at the end. I mean, there's just something that breaks you, and that wasn't the rest in 13.
No. There's 19 lead changes.
Wait.
Hold on. No, I'm a LeBron fan. I am a diehard LeBron fan. But if Pop made any fucking critical mistake in his career, that was the dumbest one.
Game 6.
When they took him out?
For no reason.
But that was Game 6. I'm talking about Game 7.
No, okay, but Game 7, going back to that one, because that one I can do without looking back up. This is what happened. Pop said, you know what? I'm gonna worry about the paint, I'm gonna worry about the mid-range. But I'll let your 3-point shooters shoot whatever they want. That was the mistake.
They hit everything that game.
Exactly. That was the mistake, because now you give it a rejuvenated Miami Heat team that just survived Game 6, and Pop is saying, "Go ahead and let them shoot. We're gonna focus in the middle, not the outside. We're gonna focus on the inside, not the outside." So that's Pop's mistake too.
Yeah,
because letting all the 3-point shooters go in there. I feel like the Spurs are now choking that Game 7 mistake right now. Okay?
Yeah, that was horrible.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like the Spurs weren't broken. Maybe Pop was at that moment, because Pop's game planning was atrocious.
Yeah. Something was broken.
Well, going that way.
No, but
and it was still close.
But my thing with Sacramento, they might have been broken, bro. But like it's games are, because like you had to play sports at a high level and a high intensity. I think about it in college, bro. Like when a game is like, say you're playing a team, right, and the team gets out to like a 10-point lead, y'all doing everything right. They're just hitting their shots. Like certain guys is like just hitting bunnies and like everything's just going their way. All it takes, bro, it could be a foul, an and one, a steal, a block that'll shift momentum. That's all it takes, bro. Like, dude, when the Lakers had to play Detroit, it was a shift, bro. Like, it was a defensive play, and then big shot, boom, hits a three. Like that Portland series, same thing. Ball tips out, right to him, hit a three. Sacramento, same thing. Ball tips out, like, bro, it's just moments. Like,
in order
like
to get that
the Kobe lob to Shaq, it's moments, bro. It's just pivotal moments where you got to create plays or make plays. And that's what big players do. That's why I've never, like, dude, Chris Webber is a dog. He is one of the best power forwards ever. But, bro, sometimes it takes a star player to make a star player play, bro. Like Duncan, the 3-point shot. Duncan is not no 3-point shooter versus Phoenix Suns. Get that motherfucker fired up. Like
that man threw that fist in the air harder than anything out there in the world, bro. Even if
I was there right there, I'm asleep. Like, bro, that shot right there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just key players making key plays in key moments, bro. That changes the trajectory of franchises, lineages, games, all of that, bro. Like, I don't feel bad for nobody that got cheated, bro. Everybody got cheated at some point, bro.
Can we be honest? No matter what happens, right? Donahue was corrupt.
Yeah.
So anything he says just to bring other people down, it's already invalid. Like, I'm sorry,
No,
like, your word is already gone.
I think that's what they did with him. They smeared his thing. What he was saying.
He did it himself.
Look, this was when it first came out. This is what Donovan said. Okay, this is where everything gets backlash. The NBA would have meetings with the officials, okay, and they would tell them, "Hey, we're not going to call this. We're not going to call that. We're not going to call this." He would then call the refs, say, "Hey, what are y'all? What are y'all doing?" And then he would tell the bettors what to bet. That's what really went down. So when they were saying, "Hey," like say Dirk in 06 against the Spurs, "Hey, every time that Bowen touches Dirk, we're going to call a foul. We're going to call a foul." And then every time Duncan is getting hacked on the other end, we're not going to call nothing. Like, that's what Donovan was just using that information. Like, okay, they're going to call it this way. Pretty good chance the Mavericks are going to win. Boom. That's what was going down. That's what really happened back in that when it first came out. That's what happened.
It's on Netflix. Like there's a series, Netflix series on it, and I know one that really stuck out to me was the Allen Iverson, the carry. You know how they said that he puts the ball, he palms the ball a lot underneath, and that's one that really stuck out to me because he had said like they wanted to crack down on it, so he told the sports better like bet on this because we're gonna call Allen Iverson in a lot. So it was crazy because he said he could shift the game 8 points either direction
easily.
That's pretty crazy.
No, you know what? I think what we need to talk about too. I think what we need to talk about also is in that if they went to Game 7 the following day. Game 6 was at home for Sacramento, right? Mm-hmm. So they went on the road in Game 7. 77% of the home team wins that Game 7 at home. Mm-hmm. That's a difference too.
No, but this is what I'm telling y'all, bro. Sacramento was no slouch. This was arguably a top 2-3 seed in the West, like that entire season.
They're wrecking it.
Vlade Divac, Chris Webber, Doug Christie, Peja Stojakovic, Mike Bibby coming off the bench with Bo Jackson. Was it Bo Jackson? Yeah, Bo Jackson. Like, bro, they were. I don't care what happened.
These killing
guys were killing it, bro. They had depth. They had one of the best coaches in the league at the time, bro.
Like I'm telling you, bro. Like going back to it, there's like you can't say they were dead in the water. Like their heart spirit was gone, and they're only down a point with like literally 10 seconds left.
I'm telling you,
and it's still forced overtime. They ain't no dead,
bro. And I'm telling you this right now, like. At that time in basketball, bro, they were like, bro, arguably one of the most exciting teams to watch.
Oh, yeah.
This period, bro. Like, and of course, the Lakers were star-studded, but it's like they never was out of that series, bro. They just had a string of bad luck. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Like, every year they were on the cusp of doing something good, and then I guarantee you, if you look at their win-loss records in those playoff games, they were never really swept, bro. They were always in a 4-2 or 4-3 like type of team. Like they just had a string of bad luck, like forever. Like
I gotta hop out. I gotta head to work. I got a night shift tonight, so I'm excited to see the rest of this. But I just want to say, catch y'all later.
Yeah, later, bro.
My boy.
Later, fam.
Yeah, that big dick energy to work.
That what?
Nothing way. You don't got it. You don't worry.
Nah, fool, I don't.
Nah, fool.
Yeah, you don't know about Butterball.
I'm liking the conversation. I'm just giving y'all a side that never, they always say, right? Winners are always remembered, right? No one really cares about the details. I like it. I'm loving this.
Hold on. Jeff Bayless. I got a question. Where's your anger?
My anger?
Where's your feelings?
Oh man! So here's the thing: when I'm prepared and like everything, I'm usually a mellow dude. I don't have a lot of anger, like that hate. I guess like spare the moment, or like if I want to bug someone, yeah, of course it's easy. But this was just like it's an episode, right? I wanted to give a big, broad view of like the history, like basketball. This happened in my formative years. I was in high school watching this. Of course, it was everything to me.
So this is 2002. This means this is my 6th grade. So, wait, 6th grade? No, 5th grade. 5th grade. So, this is one of your strikes against Kobe for being a fraud and Shaq?
So it's like, yeah, well, I got a little bit more on that, but yeah, it's one of my biggest things, and I was gonna end it with it, but yeah, like I feel like Kobe, yeah, he's I would say a solid 3-time champion, right? He's not that 5-time champion. That a big difference? That a big difference to y'all?
What? Bitch? Bitch, what?
Wade to me, a 2-time champion, not really a 3-time. And if LeBron never goes to Miami, no-time champion. And that if that makes y'all go crazy, that's my beef. If that makes them frauds, they're great players, but that's where I'm getting to.
This is what I was waiting for.
Hey,
this is the Jeff Bayless I was
where I'm
waiting
getting
for.
to.
Hey, I gotta go to work, y'all. I don't work till 7 tomorrow, but I'm gonna start tomorrow. It's like,
was that a beer bottle in your head? And you're like, I gotta go to work.
I gotta go to work, dog. Hey,
No.
Me and my pure leaf, I'm going pure. What Jeff isn't right now. This is what Jeff isn't right now.
Come on, we're almost done. We're only going to 06. We're in 03. 03's quick. All right. So look, we're in 03. We all know what happens. Spurs are one of the best lineups ever. Steven Jackson, just amazing. David Robinson's healthy. Duncan playing crazy. It's just like we had Steve Kerr coming off the bench hitting threes. It was just ridiculous. But anyways, 03, Spurs beat the Lakers 4-2 in a very competitive. It was Ginobili's rookie year.
We ended the
crossing up Shaq as a rookie is insane to me. Going reverse dunk. I mean, it was just if they had those games to watch, that 03 Lakers series, I would watch that over and over again. You
didn't get the championship DVD?
So I got the championship DVD, and the only other thing I got, my buddy got, is he has every single win, I think up to the 05 finals. So it has all the finals wins. That's all it has. So it has, but like where can you watch a Western Conference Finals? YouTube, they got it. Oh, dude, I would love it. So 03, Spurs come back. So important things happen, right? So it's 04. So, okay, we're going to 04. 04 is .4, right?
Oh, you fucking...
they talk about heartbreak.
That's like the worst thing in Spurs franchise history.
And this is what I'm talking about to me, okay? And I don't like to make excuses, but we still should have won, right? We should have won, but I feel like there was some ghost fouls. There was some traveling calls on Tony Parker. There was just some iffy calls that series. But anyways, .404, heartbreak, whatever. But to me, this is where Kobe really, this is his most embarrassing finals, of course, but most embarrassing anything on his record. You got to remember, this is a super team, all right? They got Gary Payton, Kobe, Karl Malone, Shaq, and Devin George. They had got Gary and Karl that season. Yeah. And they were supposed to be this super team. I know Karl Malone got hurt like game 3 in the finals and didn't play after that. But the big thing about that finals was, I think, Shaq had got all the finals MVPs in their three-peat, right?
Correct.
He wanted his finals MVP. He wasn't going to pass the ball. There was another quote, and I know it's Shaq, and I forget who it is. And he's like, hey, when you do this, Kobe, do this. I'm open in the corner. And Shaq told him, hey, Kobe's not passing the ball. And that's when he told him that there's no me and team, and he says whatever that quote is, right? That Kobe quote. Mm-hmm. I think that team could have beat Detroit. They got handed 4-1 loss to Detroit, and I think that's the most embarrassing loss in Kobe's career.
Okay? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Are you talking about that Karl Malone, Gary Payton super team?
Yep.
That's first of all, that team alone was already atrocious. They even get to the finals. That team was garbage with those old guys.
You're crazy. They beat the Spurs, and Karl Malone played solid. He was pulling the chair on Duncan.
But they're playing with Kobe and Shaq. No shit. Of course they're gonna win. They didn't do it. They didn't do it with Seattle, and they didn't do it with Utah, respectively. Okay, come on. They're playing with Kobe and Shaq, the guys who already three-peated like 2 years prior. Like, come on. What are we talking about here?
Okay, so you're saying that Karl Malone and Gary Payton were the problem?
No, I was saying when people were talking about shitty super teams that came together and didn't do shit.
Yeah.
To me, that's starting with them.
They're one of the biggest. They're one of the biggest super teams that bust. And I will say this though, that I don't display that as Kobe's worst nothing.
That was on Kobe and Shaq as far as their relationship. They ruined that shit.
But it was a fractured season from the get go. Mm-hmm. You can't put that many alphas together on one team to try to muster up something like that, especially when you're two dogs or not on the same page. You've seen it happen time and time again, man. Like LeBron and Wade, the first year losing to Dallas, like that should have been a walk in the park. Y'all couldn't be you telling me one of the most gifted basketball players and one of just the most phenomenal two guards. And having, I'm sorry, y'all. I disrespect Chris Bosh all the time. I don't think he's one of the great power forwards, but
I got respect for him.
One of the best power forwards at the time in the league. Y'all couldn't find a way to come together and beat a zone and create spacing so y'all can slash and play off one another. Y'all just gonna look at each other and watch each other play one-on-one. Like, dude, come on, like that's bad. Like, and I don't even put that on Eric Spoelstra. I kind of like, for me, when players on the court. The coach gets his cool points for putting together the game plan and putting things together, but it's on the players to execute, bro. The coach can't play the game. That's why he coaches. So for them to go out there and nut up like that, bro, like that's not on Kobe. That's on the team.
That's on Phil Jackson.
I don't care how bad you play offensively. You still play defense, bro. Basketball, you play both sides of the game. It's not just one sided like football. The offense go out there, do their thing, lay eggs. The defense can come bail you out. No. As basketball, you play both sides of the court. So no matter how bad they played, bro, they still could have played defense. So,
I think what Jeff was trying to say though too is like Kobe did say that one of the most disappointing like losses was that series. Like that still haunts him because he played so poorly.
Yeah, but I mean, even in your poor play, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you point out anything towards LeBron's career, I guarantee he's going to put out that loss to the Mavericks. That was
it's going to haunt them.
They played.
You have the Spurs,
like,
Miami.
Not one person, like not a single fucking team could stand them in the regular season, bro. Every fucking highlight you see of that Miami team, bro. Dwayne Wade throwing lobs, got his hands in the air.
Quick, James. Real quick.
Everybody out the gym, like, bro.
Real quick, Jeff. Since you're saying this is on Kobe or this is the embarrassment, all this other stuff.
I don't think Kobe played team basketball in that finals.
I don't think any of them did, really, to be fair. I think that's the point. I think that the point is that none of them really did because Carl and Gary went there to get a ring, and they expected Shaq and Kobe to co-lead, and both failed. Like, we get it, right? Shaq was the most predominant.
Was coming off the bench. I mean, they had a squad that year.
But they got to the finals. But I mean, if it's time to nut up or shut up, right? Like at the end of the day, you have to go in there, like, because it's gonna fail, right? You're like when you lose, what haunts people more, right? What do people talk about more? Your finals loss or the fact that you didn't make the playoffs? They talk about your finals loss. They hold that more against you. So that's gonna hurt them, right? At that point, Kobe and Shaq had already three-peated with Phil Jackson. This was Phil Jackson's already third three-peat. And those three leaders, Kobe, Phil, and Shaq, couldn't come together to win the title with old man pedophile Carl and the glove. But also we also say these things, and we don't put enough respect to the Bad Boys too. The Bad Boy Pistons too. Yeah. We don't put enough because they did win that series. They showcased what they could bring, and they followed up next year with a great series against the Spurs. Yeah,
and they played team basketball.
Exactly, they play team basketball, and that will in any team sport when you play as a full team, like where you're freaking talking like on the court together as one, you win. So yeah, it's an embarrassment for Kobe, but that doesn't make him a fraud.
No, well, I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. I'm not calling Kobe a fraud.
You are.
Like I said,
the whole point of this episode.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's taking it to the extreme, and I probably fuck around and say that. But I know Kobe was a great player, but just so.
Kobe was a great player
because look, we can just go about champion wins, right? Like, okay, Detroit, they finally meet a good team in the finals. They beat Allen Iverson with nobody, kind of like a Jimmy Butler team, 4-1. Pacers, horrible. New Jersey Nets, we all know New Jersey Nets weren't that great. They finally meet someone, to play against in the finals, and they get whooped. They get their asses handed to them. No contest. The one game they won, Kobe did hit that 3 to go to overtime, but it just they just.
But can you? Okay.
If you're Kobe Bryant, come on.
Oh my God.
If you're Kobe, if you're Shaq and Phil, come on. It's not just Kobe. You're putting it all on Kobe. I don't hear you doing the same thing with Phil and Shaq.
Well, like I told y'all, Kobe wanted to be that NBA Finals MVP that year, and he kind of hogged the ball.
Because
That's
sometimes he did have the fucking stroke,
Hold on.
and they didn't give it to him.
Hold on. So Jeff, you're not like giving I guess all the credit because they didn't beat like I guess good opponents, right? So like the Spurs, they beat the Knicks right in '99. They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in 07 with just like no, but I'm just saying.
Agree with you. I agree with you. But we did beat Detroit and we did beat Miami. You know, like we
Yes.
And that was my point I made a couple weeks ago about I was telling Jose that the East is weak. Most of the finals happens in the Western Conference. It doesn't happen in the finals.
Nets title win is a fluke. Okay, cool.
No, it's not that the title was a fluke. It was that the championship didn't happen in the finals. That happened in the Western Conference Finals. It was either the Lakers or the Spurs that year. 03. The Spurs beat them, and you already knew the Spurs were going to win the ship after that. That was the championship.
I will say, after George retired, the East ain't been the same since.
Hell nah. The East has been weak.
That's why everybody said that's why LeBron got discredited so much throughout his career because he didn't have
Jimmy Butler's overrated.
I'm not saying Jimmy Butler's
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying that because y'all are saying the East is weak.
Yeah.
It's
Anybody play
Chiefs.
the East?
It's
Jimmy,
Chiefs.
Wade, whoever.
Trey, get your stinking ass on, bro. Get your stinking ass on. Tell me to send you the link. Tell me to send you the link.
All right, look. All right.
I'm just saying, you're discrediting the bad boys too.
Yeah, I got
because the East is the only conference that fucking plays defense. Let's be true.
The East?
The East is the only fucking conference that really plays defense.
But that's
going way back. That's going way back.
I would say the only defensive team that played defense strongly after the Bulls was that little stint of the Pistons with Billa, Tayshaun, Rasheed, and Ben. After that, you can't name me another good defensive team, bro. The Hawks was ass. Even the Cavaliers was ass when it came to defense.
The Boston Celtics were a good defensive team.
You mean after they got Kevin Garnett?
Yes, after they got Garnett, they were
when they had their big three.
When they had their big three, they were okay. I would even go out on a limb and say that Orlando team with Dwight Howard was pretty solid. But still, they were.
It was.
Come on, that team was whack.
No. What?
The Dwight Howard Orlando Magic? I mean, come on, dog.
If you got the nerve to say Dwight Howard and Magic were ass, you better be saying the same thing about Jimmy Butler and
Turkoglu, Jameer Nelson. Who else was on that team?
Who played for the 2023 Miami Heat? Who played?
Hito Turkoglu, Michael Petrus, JJ Redick.
How dare you disrespect all those names, papas?
Bro, they had a fucking team.
See, we just
solid, bro.
Trey, that's your boy. That's your boy.
Who's that?
That's your boy, Trey.
That's Trey. But anyways, let's get past this. But yeah, so where were we? I don't even know where the hell we were. Okay, so yeah, so
5.
Yeah, so the Lakers just got beat. The Lakers just got beat by the Detroit in the championship, and the Lakers break up. Shaq gets traded to Miami. The Lakers the next year with Kobe the man missed the playoffs all by himself. Poor Kobe. Miami, on the other hand, with Shaquille O'Neal, goes to the Eastern Conference Finals. Hold on, goes to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose 4-3 to Detroit. Okay. We all know, so that's 05. The Detroit wins. Spurs and Detroit in the finals, one of the greatest finals in the history of basketball. And just like Alex says, nobody watched it. Lowest ratings ever. I think the Spurs and New Jersey Nets is the lowest rating, and then I think Detroit and Spurs is the next one's lowest rating finals, like in the history of the game. Like just nobody watched it. Nobody wants to watch that.
James.
Wow.
The roster for the Lakers that year, and you tell me if you think they great or not. Chucky Atkins, Tony Bobbitt, Thierry Brown.
Hey, is this what they had? Samaki? No, that's Samaki.
Hey, this sounds like the Heat team this year.
No. This is the 05 Lakers. This is the 05 Lakers. Hold on.
Kyle Lowry on that team? It's
Okay.
Kyle Lowry.
Karan Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Brian Cook.
Bro,
Vlade Divac.
do they have Smush Parker?
Look,
no.
it's
Yeah,
just
they did.
with my
Yeah.
superstar, with our superstar Tim
Wait,
Duncan. I don't know.
wait. I'm giving you the
I know
Lakers
they have a
because-
trash lineup. I get it.
Oh, so what do you want Kobe to
Okay,
do? You son
but
of a
look,
gun.
this is
What do you
I don't
want
know.
him to do?
Look, this is how it is,
With
right?
Kareem Rush.
With my team, right? With my team having a superstar, I don't know how it is to miss the
Hey,
playoffs.
Who
You
was
know,
the
if you're a
coach? Who
LeBron
was the
fan,
coach?
if you're a Kobe
Name
fan,
Name me the coach.
hey, if you're a LeBron and Kobe fan, you know y'all know how it is to miss
Phil
the playoffs
Jackson
when
retired. Who was the coach?
when you have your player.
Who was the
Who,
coach?
The Lakers?
Say his
I know
name.
Lakers. I don't know.
Rudy Tomjanovich.
Yeah, a championship coach.
What
You're
is-
knocking on him?
Tomjanovich?
You're knocking on him? He got 2 in Houston.
Dude, we're talking about 05. We're not talking about the 1990s where Jordan was out.
Oh, come on. Now you're disrespecting Rudy.
But
You're giving him
Jeff,
too much credit.
I'm glad you brought that 05 series too. You got to remember, Detroit Pistons didn't have there weren't superstars on that team.
No
So
superstars.
that kind of like demons too. No superstars. So now you're talking about 3 years where the Spurs went up against. You could pretty much say given, right? Like how you're saying how Kobe was given.
Jeff, shoot this stuff.
You see what you did?
I mean,
Yeah.
You see what you did, Pendejo?
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
I'm not discrediting Detroit. I'm telling you, Detroit and Miami were our toughest, our hardest finals. Yeah, what's it called? Cleveland and 07, trash. New Jersey Nets,
But
you knew Spurs were gonna win.
it's crazy, though,
The
because-
Knicks, you knew the Spurs were gonna win.
Dude,
But we still went 5 of 6. We went 5 of 6.
Trey, get your boy. Get him. For the love of God, get him.
All right, so 05, Spurs beat
No, I'm
Detroit.
just saying because
Go on.
You're discrediting Bad Boys.
I'm just saying because like Detroit didn't have any superstars and like
No,
well,
but
quote,
so
unquote, no
Detroit-
superstars, but
Detroit didn't have any superstars, but they were a great team. They were an amazing team.
yeah,
And they were
solid.
tough. I mean, obviously they were good. They beat the Lakers and they took us to 7. That game 7 could have went either way. That fourth quarter, Spurs held it down and took it. We were home team. We won it. But that, Robert Horry hits that, that old school schedule 2-3-2. Robert Horry hits that 3 in game 5. If we don't get out of there that game 5, we're gonna lose. But
Hey,
we
you
won.
didn't mention in 04, Robert Horry was still in his feelings about getting cut by the Lakers
Ofo.
because he was asked every time we played against the Lakers. You
First-
didn't speak about that.
I thought Jeff brought a notebook.
I did. I got my notebook.
That's impressive, bro. Front and back.
Yeah, well, we're getting down.
Yeah, what a
We're getting
nerd.
down to the last year of my soliloquy.
It was all Kobe. Now we're going to
2006.
Wade.
Jeff held it up to his face, and all I see is just scribble everywhere, bro. Scribble circles. Holy shit.
Everywhere. Hey, this is my history, man. This is my history. So in 06, the Ginobili foul on Dirk. If he doesn't foul him. But, man, that series was rough. It was a rough series. Mavs in the finals. Let me see what I got here. Dallas goes up 2-0. But, again, the 2-3-2 format. Miami ties it up 2-2. Now here comes the game 5. Wade with 43 points. So, I don't even remember this, but check this out. Y'all were talking about making the plays, right, James? You're talking about making the plays. Your superstar has to make the plays to win games. Well, game 5, sadly, was won on a pair of Wade free throws with 1.9 seconds left.
Yeah, 'cause
The
they
worst
drove in
way.
and they
The
fouled
worst
him.
way to win a game on the free throw line. So let's look at these stats real quick. So that 06 game. Let me.
I'm
I got it
surprised
right
he
here.
didn't bring out the pie chart with all that shit.
Yeah, I should have. Dallas had 25 free throws. Dwayne Wade had 21. Miami had 49 free throws.
Hey, what kind of
So-
player was D Wade?
Huh?
What kind of player was D Wade?
The shooting guard?
No, what kind of player? What was the style?
He was a slasher.
Thank you.
Slasher.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, all right, 49 free throws to Miami, right? And that 02 finals that everybody kind of knows is rigged. Y'all don't want to admit it, but I mean, everybody go talk to someone at the bar about that Sacramento and Lakers series and just see what they say. That one, the LA had 40 free throws, Sacramento 25, and then the Portland 37-16. Miami had 49 free throws in the pivotal game 5, and then they come back to Dallas and win game 6 and takes the series.
Hey, how many slashers did the Mavericks have?
Dude, you want to go back to see how many free throws Dirk shot against the Spurs that year? He got called by so many fouls by Bruce Bowen. It was ridiculous.
Right, and that's how his shot became infamous too. That's how his fadeaway became damn infamous. That's how he got a statue of that on outside of Dallas Stadium for that reason. Like, bro, and what you're gonna blame Miami for playing smarter defense and not try to send him to the foul line as much as he got sent by San Antonio? It's called learning and adapting. Pat Riley's not stupid. Like, come on, man. Like
49 free throws.
He's a slasher and they touched him every time
in a game.
They hacked him every fucking time. Are you freaking
dude? They did not hack him, dude. You would think if they're calling this guy for fouls that you would just kind of let him do, and that's what happened. They started just like playing chat, and they were still calling it, and he was getting in ones, dude. I remember watching that, dude. It was bogus. It was bogus. I mean, I remember watching.
You probably called it bogus every time you smacked him on the wrist.
But I
let James say something.
But in the midst of, because that's probably one of the most dreadful series to watch, because they all look like statues. But to think that was one of the best defensive teams Dallas ever had, from top to bottom. They played a 2-3 zone in a shell, basically to where every time they drove, they saw multiple bodies. They had some of the most physical defenders on that team. You had Jason Terry, you had Deshaun Stevenson, you had Caron Butler, you had Jason Kidd, followed by a big man in Tyson Chandler who can guard anybody on the floor, inside and outside, and that could jump out the gym. Like, they played them smart, but they also knew they couldn't guard them. That's why they played in a 2-3 zone. Because if they went man-to-man with them, they all would have got shredded. You're not going to put old-ass Jason Terry on Dwayne Wade. He's going to get fried, like, period. Deshaun Stevenson already knew from the Washington Wizards days that he wasn't going to guard LeBron. This is a beef-up LeBron, by the way. Mind you, this is his first time when he went to Miami. He put on, like, 40 pounds. So, like, you wasn't seeing that team, bro. So to say they shot 49 free throws, hell,
no, this is no. I'm not talking about 13. I'm talking about 06.
No, but you're talking about Miami Heat, the Wade and Shaq.
About the first,
the Wade and Shaq, the Wade and Shaq. Yeah.
I was like, hey, no.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about 13. 13 to me, was like there was no conspiracy about 13. Mavericks won, right? Mavericks just outscored them that series. 11. Crazy. Yeah, at 11. But no, I'm talking about 06. The Wade MVP, Finals MVP, and then right here he set the Finals record for most free throws in a game with 21 in that game 5.
So Jeff, you did. I mean, you said that like Dwayne Wade made those free throws to win the game, right? Imagine if because you're saying that quote unquote that a superstar needs to make plays, but one of the worst ways to win a game. But let's say he misses those free throws, and we're saying, oh, you know what? He's not a superstar because he can't even hit a fucking free throw. So
if he missed those free throws, Alex, Jeff will be up here frying his ass.
Yeah,
no, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. If he missed those and they lose. So let me ask you this, because you're saying frauds, right? And you're being like, oh, they corrupt, cheating, and all that stuff. What did NBA have to gain by Miami Heat winning that series?
The profitability off of Wade.
Why? You got Dirk.
Do you all remember after that series, people were calling him the next Michael Jordan? You know how many people bought a Wade jersey, Alex? It's all about money. You got to follow the money. You find a marketable player, and it wasn't Dirk. Not everybody gonna be buying a Dirk jersey. Wade's the profitable player, Finals MVP. Boom, you got money. You got to follow the money.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
So Wayamba now is gonna be a profitable player for the Spurs.
No, right? Not according to Jeff.
Who?
Wemby.
You can't market him. Nope. According to Jeff, you can't market Wemby or the Joker or Giannis.
Well, the Spurs weren't very marketable. That's why we got shafted out of a lot of fucking wins, because if the Spurs were in the finals for 10 years straight, the NBA loses money.
Look, Jeff Bayless, you really make it hard for us Spurs fans.
So, like,
okay? You make it really hard for us Spurs fans right now.
Because James confused the hell out of me right now with that 11 line.
Yeah, why'd you bring up 11? I was like, why is Braun coming up in the conversation?
When he said Tyson Chandler, I was like, oh, I don't think he's drafted
Tyson
yet.
Wasn't.
But yeah, so it was Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, Josh Howard, who was a beast, Marquise Daniels, Jerry Stackhouse, Devin Harris off the bench going crazy. They had a solid team.
Yeah, Devin Harris.
So Jeff, are you trying to say the Spurs should have won every year?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
No.
I gotta get you to say it out loud.
We should have been in them. We should have been in some of them, man.
Dude,
we
0.4. Look, check this out. You know, they always say we never went back to back. 0.4 and a Ginobili foul. You're talking about a 5-peat. That easily, 2 plays. And that's the thing. If the Spurs would have played that Miami team in 2006, Wade could have had 100 free throws. They ain't beating that Spurs
James,
team.
he's turning us into
When we played them in the regular season, when we played them in the regular season, they couldn't hang with us. That Miami team could not hang with the Spurs.
Hey, Jeff is a fan.
Let me ask y'all this.
Isn't that true though? 0.4,
Legitimately,
0.4, and a Ginobili foul.
Legitimately though, do y'all think he really got that off in 0.4? Legitimately.
I never thought he did.
I never thought he did either. That's why I'm asking.
No.
Well, the hater of me would say it, but when you look at
he did. That's not even me trying to be a hater. That's me being realistic. Like, you know how hard it is to get an actual shot off in 0.4 seconds? Like, I get if somebody lobs it up and you tip it, but a whole fucking stroke of a shot, like, that's a lot. Yeah. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I mean, it took. You think about it. I mean, because I'm pretty sure all of us were fans. All of us sat down and watched that game. Dog, it took them so long to get that shit like reviewed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree.
It took forever. Yeah. I don't think nobody was clear on that call. That's why I agreed for the whole replay thing that the NBA does now, where you can send it to the booth. The booth is looking. You have multiple games being watched and streamed.
So you're saying in today's game that probably would not have counted?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Hell.
Well, I mean, with all the replay they did then too at the time, like there was enough to the view. Like, look, I get it. I was 13, so I was like sitting on the floor, falling from the couch, be like, dude, I can't believe he made it. Like, fuck, I was broken. Like, I was like, fuck,
dude,
again.
Like, you probably
we had it,
bro. You probably could have heard what was going on from another state. How silent San Antonio was when he hit the shot,
bro. There's 3 big moments for San Antonio: the Miami Heat Game 6.
Damn, Jeff, let this in, bro.
0.4. And Tracy McGrady fucking doing his shit.
No. How dare you?
Those are not the top 3 saddest moments?
No.
Oh, you want to add his Zaza. You're right.
Yeah.
Is that Ray Allen? Did you say Ray Allen?
Yes.
I mean, 0.4 in the Ginobili foul in 2006, and then Ray Allen.
For me, the Ray Allen one.
Ginobili foul, that's known. Like that was a dumb foul.
Mine is 0.4, the Zaza to what you call it, Kawhi, and then I would say, because I don't give a fuck about that Ray Allen because I'm a LeBron fan, so that was a good one for me. But that Dirk that Dirk foul, fucking dude, that pissed me off so bad. It was just so uncharacteristic of Manu Ginobili. Like, I'm trying to remember
which foul.
And that game was on fire. That game was lit. It was just crazy. Overtime, Ginobili hits a 3.
Which foul?
They go up by.
Foul?
So look, in the overtime, Ginobili hits a 3 to go up by 3 with 5 seconds left or something.
I want to say Vince Carter hit the 3 before, right?
No, this wasn't Vince Carter, Dallas. No. I don't know who did it before, but no, there's no Vince Carter.
Wouldn't it Terry?
Somebody.
It probably was. But anyway, so Spurs are up by 3. And then so if they tell in the timeout, Bruce Bowen, Popovich tell everybody, hey, Dirk's going to drive. Do not help out. Just let him score. We're up by 3. Ginobili comes and helps out and fucking fouls them after they told him not to.
That's when he started losing his hair.
And I think then, you know what? Then I think that went to overtime, right? Because that tied it up, and then we went to overtime, and we kind of fell apart.
I remember now. I couldn't remember what scenario it was, but
so it wasn't overtime. It was regular time.
That's when he started losing his hair.
Still though, one of my favorite all-time pop Shaq moments is when he hack-shacks him right after tip-off.
Bro, fucking hilarious, bro.
That is my favorite. And then he looks at him like...
And then, the moment Shaq, he gets the foul, Shaq looks over at him, and then Pop just goes...
Yeah.
Bro, it was classic, bro. It was so classic.
Yeah, so that's all I got. Whenever y'all want to end it, I got a dismount to end it. So just y'all want to talk about anything else?
Dismount?
I got a dismount.
Okay. One.
Jose.
One.
Jose.
Yes.
Don't you ever take another break.
Come on, it was a good episode. A bunch of memories.
Jose.
We got to talk about each
Yeah.
other.
Oh yeah, we got to sit here like fucking psychiatrists and go down memory lane for your.
Yeah, this is more like your fucking therapy. Like I had to go to your 2-hour session and see you lay back and bitch and cry about shit that happened that isn't gonna change. That doesn't defunct what happened. That Kobe Bryant is still a 5-time champion, not a 3-time champion.
And he said,
"Whore." And D Wade is a 3-time champion, not a 2-time. You freaking insane.
All I could do was show you my perspective.
Yeah, and you know what? You lost the court case.
So
Jeff said,
I'm gonna use that same thing, Jeff, and I'm gonna say Tim Duncan's maybe a 2-time champ.
There you go. And what's your reasons?
Because
shit.
because you gave me the reasons already.
bro.
Let me tell you one thing.
Just turn into the Spurs suck. What the?
Okay, bro.
Yeah, the refs never were trying to help the Spurs make it to the finals. That would not be good for business.
So this has been Puro Pinche Sports. This is your host, James. That's Jeff Bayless.
This is
Alex.
PPS. We're actually like killing off the podcast. I'm sorry, guys.
This is Alex.
Sorry to waste y'all's time.
This is Alex. I just started watching sports.
James.
That's your OG host over there, Jose Garza.
James,
we're out.
Please unfollow us now. Thank you.
Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. In 2 seconds, I'll end it. All right, y'all ready?
Please unfollow us.
Are y'all ready for this? Y'all are gonna like this, and the best part is it's over after this.
Jose, is that the closeout today?
Trey, shut the hell up. Just shut up. All right. So Kobe is quoted saying that he never had a rival. Later on, he said that imagine how many titles he would have had if the Spurs were never there, if Tim Duncan wasn't there. My question for Kobe is how many titles would he have won if the game was called fair? For the Lakers, for Miami, the answer is less. For teams like the Portland Trail Blazers, the Sacramento Kings, the Dallas Mavericks, and the San Antonio Spurs, the answer is more. That's all we have tonight on Puro Pinche Sports. I'm Jeff Lujan. See y'all next week.
Now we're doing Puro Pinche Sports after dark. Now we're doing Puro Pinche Sports after dark. Are you fucking insane?
You're Dr. Seuss over there?
This man ran away. He literally left.
Hold
ran
on.
away.
Oh,
Hold
God.
on. So you guys know why I said why Tim Duncan's like.
Yes, because everything he said was stupid.
Yes,
everything he said was stupid.
Yes,
I love
That's what I'm like. Okay, so everything you're just saying is like
right.
Hurting,
he was throwing
credit.
the Bad Boy Pistons to the ground. It's like, what are you doing?
Please unfollow everybody.
Oh,
he hurt you guys. He basically like.
That's why he was
crediting the Spurs also.
That's why I said it was making it tough for me being a Spurs fan because what the fuck is that kind of argument?
Yeah,
funny. I love it. I got to go back and watch the rest.
I don't know if you want to. I don't even want to go back and watch.
That's glorious.
I'm not making a TikTok video out of this. I can't. I'll punch my phone.
You should. That'll probably be big clickbait.
At what?
It's
Everything.
crazy.
That's awesome. I love it.
Oh,
All right, shout out Jeff though. Shout out.
Yeah,
Jeff.
he did.
Hey, he put
He
in
did
work
good
on that.
My man did his homework.
He
He put in work and then ran away. I don't like it.
You bring your ass back. Defend yourself.
So I'm hosting
my
next week.
Huh?
Yeah, you're hosting next week.
Okay.
What's the plan for next week? You got a plan yet? Because Jeff came in hot. He
Sure.
wrote notes.
Hey Trey, you better have either a clipboard, a marker with a dry erase board, or like one of those pinpoint
A stencil. I need a laser pointer.
I'm gonna have that board fuck around and find out behind me.
Oh,
The PowerPoint edition.
Alex,
Yeah.
when you host, we should just do it in person because I feel like you're just gonna be cutting in and out.
I'm gonna try to get everybody out of here on the day I host.
Like you don't want us here? Okay, cool.
No, I'm talking about like everybody here in my house.
Okay.
You gonna do a pod by yourself.
That's funny.
Nah, just come over here, fool.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to check this video out when it gets up. So,
All right, but we can all agree Jeff Bayless is stupid, right?
I love it. I love it.
He was
I mean,
good. He did good. I feel like he got a lot off his chest.
I love the
Right?
controversy.
It was a
bro.
therapy session for him.
Yeah.
It was, bro.
I love it.
My man drove down memory lane.
I asked the host, not a therapy session. All right, again. Follow us everywhere, guys. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all the good shit. Good night,
After this,
everybody.
if you want to unfollow us, we understand.
No, unfollow Jeff. If you follow Jeff, unfollow him. Like the man thought he was squeaky clean. The only thing squeaky clean about him is his hairline. All right, guys. Good night.